All right, welcome in. What's happening? How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome in. We got a short stream, then a big one. We're going to make a short stream right now, and we're going to transform it to a big one later tonight and just do some awesome stuff. Right now, we are making the candy swirls. We have to do the awesome candy peppermint swirls. I'm going to bring this in, and we're going to do that. There we go. Jenny, how are ya? What's happening? Katie, how are ya? Good evening. Should I do my radio voice? Good evening. Welcome in. I'm trying to get this Wolfman Jack voice down a little bit. I always love Wolfman Jack. It's pretty awesome. The radio host. So, yeah. What's up, Gail? How are you? We are doing definitely some ornaments. What time are the evening streams? It does fluctuate right now, but I am going to kind of break them down into two time zones. I want to do an earlier stream and a later stream so that I can hit everything. But I'm thinking probably about 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the early, and then maybe do a 1 hour break in between, and then do a later session. You good, Gail? That's awesome. Yeah, I can get my radio voice going, so we can kind of bring out the bass. I don't know. I feel weird doing it. That feels totally strange to me. It feels completely strange. What's up, Dragonfly? Lori, how are you? All right, so we're doing peppermint swirls. I had a major problem, and this is part of glass. So this white that I was using, it is a defective white. And I delivered an order, and 5 of the 4 peppermint swirls are all cracked. So I have to go through and remake them and ship them out priority. It's not my fault. It's not the shipping company's fault. It is completely the glass that failed. Watching from Oregon. I love Oregon. I used to go to a place back in the day called Canida. It's like a resort. I like Canida. All right, one of the other things I added in today, hopefully you hear a little bit of a torch hiss going on. I have 2 microphones going. I have my main one, and then I got a side microphone on here that's picking up a little bit of the ambient environment. Give it a little fireside chat sound. Yeah, there'll be TikTok later tonight. Yeah. Right now, I'm just running a short stream for YouTube. I'm kind of messing around with some settings. Like I said, I changed the microphone a little bit and camera, tiny little bit. Small improvements, but I want to make sure it doesn't crash before we do that. I don't need the PC crashing halfway through. So we're going to run about an hour right now. Then I'll take a break, take a look at the video and the sound, check the audio real quick, and then we'll come back later tonight. What's up, Illinois? How are you doing? But yeah, we definitely got 2 microphones. Hopefully you're not getting an echo. That's what I was really afraid of. It's a little echo going on. But I got 1 microphone pointed directly at the torch with a very small gain to it. And then my main microphone is the one that is the lapel microphone. Just really hard to see, but it's right there. Wyatt, what's up? Thank you for the jewels. Don't forget to hit the likes on here. That really helps. And keep the chat running. If you all can do me a favor, just say hi, whatever. Just keep the chat running for 5 minutes into it. It helps me a lot. I am stuck with this. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to use this. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a good evening. Y'all getting ready for the Christmas time. I am not ready for Christmas at all. Not one bit. Louisiana. I like Louisiana. What's up, Bayo? Where at in Louisiana are you? Are you like close to New Orleans? Did I say that right? Because I know some people say New Orleans. I definitely messed that one up. Ontario. I got to go to Ontario. The only place in Canada I have been is Vancouver. I can't say that. Vancouver and Victoria. All right, so we got the little thing going this way. Again, that red disappears. I wish it would come back in. I'm ready for Christmas. I'm ready for it to be over. Yeah, me too. Lafayette. Okay. I got to be honest. I really want to go to Louisiana because they have the ghost tours everywhere. I definitely want to go do a ghost tour. I'm not joking. I really, really want to go on a ghost tour in Louisiana because you guys got so much history in that area. It's like a ton of history. And I do love, that's what I do love about traveling and stuff is history. All right, so we got this melting down. And we're going to blow it open. Ooh, that actually went really well. It's absolutely fun. Yeah. I'm happy to meet up and go do a whole big adventure. But I'm sure we could get a whole group together and do like a ghost tour as a group. That would be freaking fun. Yeah, maybe we will organize something like that. That's actually a really good idea. Not a bad idea. All right, we're going to bring this down. Got to set and adjust my torch. I have a lot of these to do. One, I have a lot of orders, but like I said earlier, customer messaged me and they had 4 out of the 5 cracked. It wasn't a shipping issue. It wasn't a manufacturing issue. It was the actual glass. And I'll show you which one it was. And if you're a glass blower, stay the hell away from this stuff because it is bad. Known for the food. Well, yeah. I mean, look at me. I like food. I definitely like food. Dexter from Offspring? No, I'd probably be more of a Dexter from Dexter. And yeah, I'm old. I'm old, Dark. What's wrong with that? Got a problem with it? I hope not. Oh, have a good one, Dragonfly. Festival International de Louisiana. I have not heard of that at all. Yeah, this is. I'm pretty happy. So you're correct, Tim's. It is a very happy place. Happiness abode. All right, so we're going to bring this down. We're going to swirl it up. So next stop, we're going to flatten this out and put a hook on it. Call it that. Nope. Fiery guy. Anyway, we are making the peppermint candy swirls. Oh, I don't, trust me, I'm not offended by anything. Yeah. I'm not offended. You could roast all you want. I don't get roasted. True story. When I was in high school, we actually had a class that taught, I'm not kidding, they taught you how to make fun of people, of each other. The class was called tripping. But we used to have contests of who could make fun of each other, kind of. And the school approved. Can you believe that one? That wouldn't fly today, right? Yeah, I don't get offended. I'm from the generation that doesn't care. Music, food, art from Louisiana and the world. That actually is cool. Actually, that's pretty funny, Dart. Doesn't get roasted. No, it wasn't a pun, but now that you said it, it's pretty freaking funny. Good catch. I like it. That was actually pretty funny. I did not catch that. Not one bit did I catch that. Usually I'm pretty quick on that too. How did that even come about? What's that? Tap that off. I'm gonna make that. All right, so we got the first one done. Now, unfortunately, the red doesn't show up right away. It takes a while for it to get engaged. I know I am pretty fly for a white guy, right? About the time The Offspring was really super prevalent, a lot of people weren't even born yet. But I do like their music. It's actually pretty awesome. Yeah, it was called a roasting. It wasn't a roasting class. It was a roasting class. It was called a molded class. It was called molded back then. And the class was called Trippin'. Yeah, it was coming in a little bit. This isn't the newest version of the red. It still comes out beautiful red, but the newer version strikes up very fast. This one takes a little while. And I don't know the difference in the formula, but they're the same color, just one reacts faster than the other one. I'm sure the food in New Orleans has got to be really good. I think I think I would probably be loving, was it crawfish? It is glass. Yeah, we are melting a whole bunch of glass. Thank you, Sean, for asking. Oh, they definitely still have it. You know, I was a big crew fan, like, and I wouldn't go pay. I would not go to pay to see them today. Some people just need to stay in the zone and be done. You know, I appreciate them for what they were, but they are not the same anymore. And I'm not knocking them. I mean, they produced amazing music. So did Guns N' Roses and a lot of other bands that had, absolute epic voices. But some people lose it, and that's just okay. That's part of life. I would go for an older band or an older voice. I would definitely pay to see Stevie Nicks. 100%. Why doesn't it shatter? It's a different type of glass. The glass is called borosilicate. Most people commonly refer to it as Pyrex. You paid to see my mama? Yeah, I bet you would. She's an amazing glass blower. But you'd be lucky to be able to. You wouldn't be able to get a ticket. I haven't heard Limp Bizkit lately. I have not. So we're adding the white stripes here, and then we will add the red. Rush would be good, yeah. No, you could not, hypothetically. There's no way possible. Did it? The lead singer of Limp Bizkit did? Really? I didn't even see. It tells you how much in the knowledge I am. All right, we got to add the red here. Hi, Red Squeak. I didn't see you come in. How are you doing tonight? Red Squeak's in the house, so y'all better behave. Red Squeak is one of the best mods on the planet, and she will keep you in check. She's got this down. We're coming all the way through here. I'll tell you who I would like to see in concert. Jelly Roll. I think that'd be a fun concert. Jelly Roll, Post Malone would be fun. I just don't want to deal with the crowds. But I just saw Jelly Roll on Joe Rogan. Oh my God, he lost a lot of weight. Holy moly. He's not Jelly Roll anymore. He's just jelly. There's no roll to him, which is really cool. That means he'll be around a long time. I'm so happy about that. Surgical smooth hand. Honestly, I'm going to let a little secret out about my hands. They shake. You wouldn't know it, would you? KCH, thank you for the jewels. The happy food. Yep. Got a little bit of a shake to it. Yep, we do make memorial glass, correct. If you click on my link in my bio, you can find my website. We have it in there. A jelly crepe. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to make fun of him. I mean, the dude lost a lot of weight. He definitely improved his health by doing that. I love his music. It sounds really good. And I'm happy that he'll be around a while from it. So I'm not going to cap on it one bit. I know. It's smooth in operation, correct. And there are ways to control it. I mean, I'm not shaking all the time, but every once in a while it hits. In fact, there was a glass blower out there. Unfortunately, he had a stroke, but his name was Ray Shakes because he shook a lot. And his name was Ray Shakes. He's a good glass blower, too. We're making little peppermint swirls. Later tonight, I'm going to do the Zero Dog, Ghost Dog. But I have to make a lot of these peppermint swirls. I ship some out, and the white that I was using for the color was defective, and I've got notification that some of them that I shipped out and arrived at the customers were cracked. So I am rushing to get them out so I can get them out first thing in the morning and replace them. And it's not shipping fault. It's not manufacturing. It is just the raw glass. And that is a drawback of some of this stuff. Some of the glass has problems. And if the glass has a problem, they'll replace the cost of the glass, but they won't replace the cost of what you actually lost. Okay. So we're going to pop a little hole in here. Now this hole is absolutely necessary to finish the piece off. If I didn't have this, a place for the hot air to escape when I go to finish this off, it would not be usable to be able to finish. And I'll explain why real quick. So when I go to pull this back end off right there, this little narrow part, it seals the tubing all up. Without that hole, every time I heated the glass, it would push the hot molten glass out from the pressure of the hot air. And then it would actually pull it back in when it cooled off. It would actually concave it. So that little port right there allows me to make the piece without it fluctuating. Getting tested for what they maybe pot. I don't know what POTS is. I'm sorry, I'm unfamiliar with that term. Not if you're machine. Well, I guarantee you there are some. There's a hole somewhere in there. You can't seal this up without having a problem. Trust me. I know it looks like a glass doorknob, a gear shift, or the hat for strawberry shortcake. Now that I said strawberry shortcake, you're not going to be able to get it out of your head. Yep, totally blind reading chat by Braille. Oh, you can black out on a high heart rate. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it gets better. I hope you get that fixed, or at least maintained. I mean it too. I'm not trolling you. I don't want to see anybody have any issues. Like my mother taught me this profession, so I grew up with this. It's one of the questions I get asked a lot. So I did grow up with this. That's how I learned. But my mom has suffered through six strokes and still living. So that's awesome. That's right. The Braille's going into, well, I'm reading Braille by my feet down here. I'm doing Braille by foot. All right, so we got to shrink this down. You can watch this for hours. Awesome. I hope you do. Definitely hit the subscribe, and if you wouldn't mind hitting the like on here, it would really help me a lot. Or burnt my fingers. Yes, I have gotten little burnt finger nodes. Definitely had that. The worst case scenario on this for getting burns is little bits of glass fly off every once in a while and they land on your forearms. And when you're in heavy production, you get lots of them. And if you go someplace strange and they see all these little dots like wounds, they think you're, you kind of get the picture. I'm not going to say it. How long does it take to finish? These are about 6-7 minutes a piece. 6 or 7 minutes. They're not too bad. And I like doing these type of projects on here because you actually get a chance to see something start to finish and it doesn't take forever. Uh-oh. There we go. I love my job. The only drawback of this job, and I will warn anybody that wants to do it as a career, is it is very isolating. That's why I live stream, because I get to interact with people. That makes it nice. Oh, I appreciate that comment, but when you go to the store and you have all those little burn marks, they do give you a side eye. You know that side eye when people look at you a little bit and they're just kind of like, yeah, they definitely will give it to you. Nope, not a lightsaber, but if you follow YouTube closely, there's a YouTube channel called The Hacksmith. He took this brand of torch and did actually make it into a lightsaber. All right, so we got the red popping in. It takes a while for it to fully engage. It's a striking color, but yeah. Yeah, the Hacksmith made an absolute lightsaber. It was insane. Closest thing I could make to anything like that or is like this guy. So this is my lightsaber moment. Although I should make an actual glass lightsaber. That'd be kind of cool, right? But yeah. So there is like some of my creativity when I'm bored. The Hacksmith is very cool. How do I know about side-eye? Because I get it. Get side-eye all the time. Tell me you haven't got side-eye. You know it when you can feel side-eye too. Like when someone's doing it, you can feel it. I'm not selling the sword. It's not for sale. It's kind of like one of my personal pieces. I am going to be doing one in the future, though. And instead of the claws coming off the side, we're going to do wings, like big old dragon wings. Am I actually reading Braille? Yeah, of course. Yeah, you get one hit with that sword, about done. About one. Now I have a sword behind me that's 4 feet. So that one was 19 inches. The sword behind me is 4 feet long. If you want to see that one after I finish this, give me 6 minutes to finish this. And if you want to see that, just type a quick 1 in the chat, the letter or number 1 letter. Jesus. The number 1. And I will, after I get done with this, I will bring out the, I'll bring out the 4-foot one. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the new sword is going to be amazing. That's what she said. No, 6 minutes would be an extended time. Oh wow, we got lots of ones going. Okay, yeah, that's good. We'll bring it right out. So give me a few minutes to finish this item up, and I'll bring it out. I used to have it hanging up, but TikTok, when I was streaming on there all the time, TikTok made me take it down. They had me take that one down. The dragon dagger that you saw, they made me take down. And I have another one that I call it the letter opener. I don't know what kind of sword it actually is, but it looks like a letter opener. But they made me take it down saying I was showing weapons. It's like, wow. That was lame. I've ever handled a, I don't even know what that is. I'm not even going to go there. And one more here. All right, so we got the white stripes all the way down. Yep, I'm basically drawing it down, but the difference is how you draw it down. So this will be an interesting process to watch. So what if you watch closely, The flame varies in temperature. So this is colder. Up here is colder. Right here is the hottest point. Cold, cold, hot. So if I tried to draw it from top to bottom through the flame, it would have an uneven coating on it. So what I end up doing is I keep it in the hottest part of the flame and I move the object, not the actual glass rod. And that way I keep a consistent melt on it. And it varies, like 500 degrees here, 500 degrees here. It definitely varies in temperature. So the best way I could describe it is if I gave you a pen and paper and I said, write your name. You have to keep the pen stationary, but move the paper. Same principle. Okay, this red also goes completely transparent while I'm working it. It will come back to red later. One more. Park that off to the side. All right. It's almost like TIG welding. I haven't done TIG welding. I tried it once, but I definitely want to try TIG welding. There's a bunch of different welding I want to try. Because I think welding is an actual art form. I think laying those beads down correctly is artistic. I have a lot of appreciation for that. All right. So what we did there is we brought all the colors to the front and then did a little spiral right there. How do you get the color? I do buy the colors. Most of my color comes out of Portland, Oregon, by one manufacturer. All right, so next step, we're going to shrink this down. It's going to make the piece a little bit thicker. And then we're going to blow it open into that style, and then we'll finish off the other end. Then after this, we'll bring out the sword. Like I said, the sword, I'm going to have to sit way back for the sword, though, because it won't fit in the camera. It's so big. Oh, it's just too monstrous. All right, so again, we're shrinking it down. This makes it very durable if it drops or if you have a cat. Cats are notorious for trying to destroy my ornaments. But so far, ornaments win. All right, here we go. We're going to blow this open. So we got kind of a bobble here. Going to flatten a little bit. That's going to also thicken it up. Like that. So we want it flat. And then from here, you can see all kinds of different things that are possible. You could have strawberry shortcake. Oop, that caved in. Hold on. There. You got strawberry shortcake's hat going on. You have a possible hot air balloon. You also have Toad from Nintendo. Lots of different options, right? Then we got to pop a little breathing hole in here. I'm actually going to flip this around. I don't need it that way right now. And yeah, once you have it thickened up, you should be able to just bang that thing and not have it break. I would hit that a lot harder, but I'm afraid the handle would break. then I'd be screwed. Asbestos. Oh, I hate asbestos. All right. So next step, we're going to heat this section here, and we're going to spiral it up. Oh, yeah, this is a great design. It's like a fun one. Stick a little fire on. You're going to bring it down. All right, I'm on the rush to finish these up. I have to make a lot of them. Is everything that I pull off sacrificial? Yes and no. So I recycle a lot of my glass. I turn it into something called frit, F-R-I-T. It's like little ground up glass bits. See that little bubble? Little ASMR there. So I turn it into what's called frit. And the frit is really cool to use for certain aspects, but I recycle as much as I can. Do you need special glass? Yes. So the glass is borosilicate, commonly referred to as Pyrex. Pyrex is a brand, not a type. But most people know the name Pyrex. All right. The other thing is, before I bring out the sword, I did actually make a self-portrait of myself when I was young. If you want to see the self-portrait too, type 1 in the chat, and I'll bring that out real quick. That's right handy. And then I'll grab the sword in between. So if you want to see the self-portrait I did of myself, go ahead and type 1. And it is out of glass. I was looking at a Leonardo thing where he did a self-portrait. So I thought, man, that would be really cool, right? Do a self-portrait. And I looked a lot different back then because I was very young. Okay. We got that, and we're going to pop it down, smooth that out. Told you about 6-7 minutes to finish this. So that one's done. It will definitely come into red later. All right, first things first, I got to grab it over here. Okay, here it is. So this is a self-portrait of me when I was very young. And I think you can kind of tell it's me. So let's go ahead and bring it out. And I was very fast, very skinny back then. You can see the hair matches. See how the hair lines up? There I am. Like really looking good there. See, we match. It took 11 minutes. Yeah, I've been jabbering. All right, let's grab the sword and we'll go from there. Let's bring it out. What was that? You're searching BS eyewear, getting BoroView 3.0 lenses. Yeah, the BS eyewear is awesome. And there's the sword. So this is the one. I have to sit way back here. It doesn't fit in the screen. But yeah, there it is. So it's very hard to fit in the camera. And it is 100% solid except for the bobble right here. That is a little bit, has a little tiny air in it, but there's the handle. It's about as much as I can fit into the frame. But yeah, this is it. I'm going to hang it back here again someday. I got to figure out a place to put it though. Got to park that back here. So yeah, that's the sword that TikTok made me take down because it was a weapon. Like, really? I've seen better. The sword was 2 days. Yeah, I spent 2 days on that. So the way I do it is I go in and I make the handle and the blade separately, and I let them cool down. And then after I let them cool down, I line them up the next day to make sure that they will blend together. Like one isn't too big, one isn't too small. It looks good. And if I need to make any changes, I can make it separately before assembling the whole thing. Because the last thing you want to do is assemble the thing and go, oh man, that looks weird. Candy makers call their left. Are you serious? Is that a real thing? Unicorn droppings? I did not know that. I will definitely be using that. Yep, I'll bring out the jellyfish. Give me a minute. All right, so we're going to bring this down. And it is very pliable for a while. And then it gets to a point where it's like, no more. Shadow Trail, thanks for the jewels. Lori, thank you for the jewels. Appreciate it. For the gifts. I don't do any scientific glass. Scientific glass is another art form that is absolutely awesome. I wish I did scientific. I am not skilled in that. I'm definitely not skilled in that. If I was a jellyfish, I would be way up here. So this is the jellyfish. Oh, how about I bring it right there? So the thing about this one is it has uranium on the bottom. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So it is a uranium-based jellyfish. So let me turn it this way. So bugs me to have all the things backwards. So yeah, they light up like that. And then it does actually look really good in the light. So you can see the top has an iridescence like the jellyfish. Coming, oop, that's hot. Like that. And that is without the black light. And then when you turn the black light on, it just glows. All right, let's make another. I got to make these peppermint swirls. Got to get it done. Running behind. Australia, welcome in. Well, please hit the subscribe button if you like watching this type of content. It would help me a lot. It does mean a lot. And if you don't mind, hitting the like button also helps. Doesn't cost you anything. Yeah, everybody tells me if I'm going to Australia to go to the Gold Coast. I think that's where they said to go, Gold Coast. I've got to bring this down. and lock it in. What's up, Cruisin'? How are you? I didn't see you come in. What's up, Cruisin'? Another mod on the house. Subbed. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. The subs and likes are super helpful for me. Yeah, I'll tell you what really annoyed me on TikTok, and this is what really... I probably shouldn't say this. I probably should not say this, but what really annoyed me on TikTok, and I still stream on there, battles. I hate battles on TikTok. It's the dumbest thing on the planet. I don't understand why people get into it. No idea. Does the glass like being criticized if it gets thin in front of the thicker glass? I don't even understand that. But yeah, I do not like TikTok battles. And I have my TikTok account. I'm in an agency over there just to protect it. And this is the first agency that isn't pushing me to go on battles because I don't like it. All right, we got to add the white. We're just going to go all the way around here, striping it down. I'm going to try and keep it as even as possible for the gaps in between. And one more here. What's up, Mexico? How are you doing? I don't think battles are an ego thing. I think it's a money scamming thing. I'm just going to be blunt and say it. I'm not going to be ashamed to say it. Battles are a total scam. Hey, G, thank you so much for that. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I think battles on TikTok are a scam. I know how it works. You can buy my pieces at starrynightglass.com. All right, we're going to add the red. We're just going to go all the way in between those lines. There we go. One more. Nope, two more. This is what I don't like about red. It's so hard to see what you just did. You can definitely lose your place. All right, there we go. So my glasses have a certain filter on them called didymium, and then they have a welding shade on top of it. So what they do is they filter out certain spectrums of the light. Yep, you can buy stuff. Definitely starrynightglass.com. Yep, Cruising just sent a link in there. All right, so this is the filter that's in my lenses, and you're about to see what it does. Magic. Again, AG, thank you so much for that chat. I appreciate you. Let's see how it filters all that out. There. So that's how I can see what I'm doing on there. What's your opinion on sandblast style? I like sandblasting it. Unless you're talking about sandblasting, like carving sandblasting, I like that too. Bob Ross, that's the biggest compliment you can give me. Bob Ross of Glassblowing, I love that. Bob Ross is a big hero of mine for artwork. All right, so now we brought all that color front and center. Again, the red's not going to show up yet. And that is my dog, Fritz. Fritz is letting us know he's there. Been sick with a viral infection? I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you get better fast. Reverse sandblast? Yeah, it depends on... There's several different versions of doing sandblasting. But you can do some really cool stuff with glass and sandblast. All right, first thing is we're going to shrink this down a little bit. And the process of that makes it a lot thicker and stronger. A little bit more, almost done, almost there. So there is the first initial stage. We got to flatten this front a little bit. So it gives, this is supposed to look like a peppermint. I try to answer as much as possible. Yeah, Fritz is a giant schnauzer. I've had 4 giant schnauzers. They're amazing dogs. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just kind of my fun. This is my stuff. All right, next thing is we got to pop a little hole in here so that it can breathe. And then again, it can be several things from here. I always think it looks like Strawberry Shortcake's hat. Other people says it has that Toad look from Nintendo. And some people say it looks like a hot air balloon at that stage. I am running on propane, yes, propane and oxygen. A tri-brew merle. I like Irish wolfhounds. Those are amazing. What happens if you breathe in? You breathe in. There are no fumes. All right, we got that. Yeah, I do love answering questions. That's why I'm on here. If I can inspire 1 or 2 people to learn this as a craft, I'm happy. Yeah, the glass doesn't create a whole bunch of fumes. It does produce carbon monoxide, and I always recommend that if you do that, you have some carbon monoxide detectors in your studio. Very important. All right, we're going to heat it up and spin it. Spin it. No, hands don't burn. All right, there we are. So now we have the little bobblehead. Also could be a spinner top. I have done those. This is borosilicate, correct? Have I done any chest piece? I did a chest one time. I think next year I'm going to do one more chess set, but I want to do it in a Star Wars theme. 33. Yeah, you could definitely pull inwards. The hot air does not go through. We're gonna bring this way. I always forget camera presence. So this is supposed to kind of look like a peppermint swirl that came. No, my hands aren't. See, you can grab this thing. It's not hot. The environment's pretty safe. How much for a custom bonk? You can ask anybody that makes them. I'm sure I can set you up with a bunch of people that do. Is it hot in the room? No, not hot at all. Not at all. Yeah, no bongs, no dongs. I don't have a problem with the industry, just not my thing. What kind of candy making is that? It's a little bit of glass molten candy. You ever shop with Delphi? I haven't. No, I haven't shopped with Delphi. I think I've seen their catalog, but I've not shopped with them. They're a very professional company, I can tell you that, though. They've been around a very long time. Heady face pendants? No, I don't do that either. Yeah. I always tell people when you start this, pick a lane and stick with it. I think the worst thing you could do is try and make everything. Finally straight. How much does it cost to get set up and started? About 2,500 to 3,000. It's a good one. Good price. But you have to remember you have monthly expenses: oxygen, propane, glass, electricity. And I always say set aside a minimum of 300 a month for that. Can I make a dragon? Yes. All right. Eventually that red will come in and it'll look like that. But right now it's not doing it. So I have a couple different dragons, that version. This is the dragon dagger. I like this style. So this is more of the medieval dragon, like that. So you can do medieval dragons, so like that. And then I have one that is just kind of random. I don't even know what to call it. So this one was just something I put together for the heck of it. There we go. It's in the way of the jellyfish. Yeah. So I put this one together. I don't know what the heck to call that. It's kind of like a dragon hybrid. I don't even know what I would call that. And then you can do cartoon dragon. You could do Chinese dragon style. So there's like 5 or 6 different ones you could do if you want to do that. So, all right, I have to log off for a minute. I'm going to be back in 1 hour. If you would like to see more of the stream continuing, definitely hit the subscribe. Come join me in an hour. And I'm going to be rocking it tonight. Yeah, I could do a fairy dragon for sure. But we're going to be rocking it tonight. So come join me, hit the subscribe, notifications. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, it really would help me. Honestly, it would really, really help. 6 ghosts. Thank you so much for the jewels. So I'll be back in 1 hour. Yep, I have to go. I have to go take care of my mother. She had 6 strokes and she requires medication on certain time frames. I got to go do that. So I'll see you in an hour. And I appreciate you. Thank you if I don't see you.